This fucking guy. This fucking guy. This fucking guy. Why? Why is it doing this? Hello?
I'm back, motherfucker.
Thank God. What's wrong with your Wi-Fi?
Storming.
I'm streaming now.
Oh, shit.
This is live and being recorded.
This work.
Sorry? What did you say? What is wrong with your connection? He fucking disconnected again. We're gonna play a few without him. Till he fucking fixes his shit. I'm trying to see on my phone. Read and write speeds for different types of internal hard drive. MWII. I bought a internal hard drive, which is an actual mechanical hard drive, 8 terabyte, $150. Fuck. So it would have been way faster to get, like the speeds on it are way faster on a solid state drive. But it's more expensive for less storage. Yeah, kid. You back for good this time?
I think so.
I mean, you think so. What
Huh?
what kind of Wi-Fi do you have? Like, how bad is it storming out?
It's the only Wi-Fi available in this area. And it's been storming all day. There's a tornado warning, so I guess it's pretty bad.
Yeah, it just sucks. Thank God.
You ready to get those miles in tomorrow or what?
I told you, I'm not running a lot all the time.
Yeah, you are.
I get off work at...
I don't want to hear it.
No, I get home at 5 o'clock. I go to bed at 9 o'clock. I'm going to try and go run 1.5 miles pretty often, but like as many days as I reasonably can, but I'm not going out and just running all the miles I possibly can every day. I don't care about it that much. I just want to get into the habit of running again.
Yeah, this is the perfect way.
No,
Force yourself to run more.
running my fucking feet off my body is gonna make me go, oh, running sucks. I don't want to go.
Who's gonna run your feet off your body? All you gotta do is beat Jeremy.
Yeah, I don't want to do 10 miles a week. I want to do 1.5 miles a few times a week. I'd have to do it 5 days a week to do the 10 that he plans on. And he runs 5 miles at a time. He's only got to run twice a week to do his 10. I invited you.
On MW, let's see. Jeremy thinks he's only going to be running 10 miles a week.
I
He's
think
going
he's
to
gonna
up his mileage.
Yeah, I don't really want to. I don't want to do all that.
It's a competition.
That's okay.
So he is going to have to run more miles than me, and vice versa. Jeremy is a better runner than me, but I'm not letting him beat me.
I got my gi and stuff today.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Gi's fun. I prefer gi over no gi.
I don't know. So like where I go, it's literally me, Rashad, and the coach. That's like the minimum. And then sometimes there's 2 coaches and then like 5 or 6 adults and then sometimes a few kids.
Oh.
But nobody wears gi.
That doesn't sound fun at all.
The only person that I saw that wears a gi is the coach's son, and he's like 5 years old.
Send me another invite. That doesn't sound fun at all.
I mean, I like it. It doesn't have like the variety of sparring with or like rolling with somebody different every day. But this is like,
Who's the coach?
his name is Laron Williams.
Oh, I know him.
Yeah. So he does all his stuff.
Is he a black belt? I guess you don't know. Yeah.
He does all his stuff, like he's based like an hour away. So he drives into town just to do our stuff, which is new. Like he just started coming here maybe a month ago. So a lot of people still don't know about it, which is why it's like a small class.
How much does it cost?
$50 a month.
That's not bad. It's very expensive here. It's like $100 minimum a month here.
It's $50 a month, and you get Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and like there's a kids class from 5 to like 6:15, and then adults is from 6:15 to 7:30, which I just show up at 5 and stay until 7:30. and then right after that, he does stand-up work like Muay Thai, kickboxing,
Mm.
and you for the $50, you can just show up and do all of it. He said once if there comes a time where there's a full class of just kids, the adults aren't going to be allowed to come to the kids one.
Yeah.
But
I think they price gouge here. They know that like a lot of military do jujitsu, so they definitely up their prices. And then there's only a few gyms around here, and they are like competing, and like they also abuse that there's so few gyms.
see, there's not a
So
lot of
like
gyms here, but
at a minimum, it's $100 a month.
they're not like, oh, you suck. They're not dicks about it. I mean, they kind of like he was saying that he doesn't really get along with some of the other gyms, but they're not like, I don't know, they're not
Well,
crazy
because
about it.
some gyms are like you address the instructor as like master or sensei or whatever, and
Yeah, he's not like that. He's pretty chill. Like he bows into the class, and he goes right into Muay Thai, so I don't know if he even after kickboxing like he cleans the mats and stuff, and then we all leave. But he bows in, and I asked him, I was like, "Are we all supposed to do that?" He was like, "Yeah, but you guys are new. We're not doing geese. Like it's not a big deal, but that is the respectful thing to do." But he never like sat us down and was like, "You're gonna call me this. We're gonna do that." Like it's pretty chill. It's a lot of here's a move, now live roll.
yeah.
Like drill this move a few times. Okay, now just go live. We're gonna do rounds of live, and I'm just gonna kind of talk to you guys while you're working it out, rather than do this, and then do this. Okay, here's your white belt. Do this, do this, do this. Here's your blue belt.
Pussy.
There's a you know how like in town they have the I don't know, like local level WWE equivalent stuff.
Yeah.
They're opening a thing inside the mall where they
What?
so it like you go into like a store pretty much, imagine, and I guess the idea is they're gonna sit people down and teach them how to develop a character for the wrestling, like how to do moves, and then it's also how to advertise it, how to manage it, the wrestlers, like how to be an announcer or a judge. Like it's turned into a whole local industry.
They're just doing anything with the mall at this point.
Well, they added a few more restaurants, and they added that roller skating place. Oh, they're both on my side. He's gonna push middle. I killed your guy.
Jesus.
He's gonna be mid. I was telling somebody they need to take Sheets that's right there in the corner, right outside the mall. They just need to move that into the mall. Fix the parking lot and the road around the mall. Move that Sheets into the mall. They could put like 3 times as many gas pumps and make it a huge Sheets with like a full-blown sit-down and eat area.
Like a Buc-ee's?
Almost, yeah. More almost like a gas station restaurant rather than gas station like mini mart. Because then you can fucking go park, like you can get gas, park your car, go in, eat some food, walk around, do whatever. Like just go over Sheets, get some Sheets coffee or hot chocolate or whatever, and then go shopping. Yeah, got me. What's going on with the Mustang?
I'm selling it.
Is anybody interested?
Yeah, there's a few people. Well, I've gotten like hundreds of messages about it, but it's fucking Facebook Marketplace is,
$2 grand cash today.
yeah. Like, show up here with 2 grand cash, I'll whoop your fucking ass, buddy. Um, yeah, I've gotten a lot of people interested, but it's like a bunch of sob stories, like, oh, this has been my lifelong dream car, da 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 da, but I only have this much money. Is there any way you can come down? And it's like extremely low. Um, so it's a bunch of sob stories, and then just a bunch of boomers that try to argue with you about stuff. I'm just like, oh,
Yeah, you don't know what
I
you
don't
even
care.
got.
Yeah.
Um,
I've only had one person actually come and look at it.
I feel like so many people know, like, unless you're buying something that's completely rusted out, like, and it's just a shell, you're you're in the tens of thousands.
Yeah.
Like,
And I have like the engines, the motors rebuilt. I got a brand new Tremec T5. That's a modern transmission, 5-speed, disc brakes, all new fuel system, new carb, all new interior. Um, yeah, and dudes are like, I have like over.
is it registered, inspected, and everything?
It's registered. It's not. You don't have to get them inspected.
What do you have it registered as? Some
I have it
not a
registered as a
standard.
regular vehicle. Yeah.
Okay. How old is it?
How old is it?
After like after like 10,000 or after like 25 years, I think you can.
Yeah, you can register it as a classic, and that's why it doesn't have to be after a certain year. I think it's after like 80 something. They don't have to be inspected.
They're both on you.
Uh,
They were. Um. So what are you gonna do with it if it doesn't sell?
I mean, it's gonna sell eventually.
I mean, before you move.
That's
That was the point, right? You don't have to take it with you.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't want to take it with me, so it's gonna sell eventually, whether it's for the price I want or not.
I would.
Like, I'll let it go. I'm comfortable at $10,000, and that is well below what I have into it, which I already know I'm not gonna make what I put into it. Um, but if someone came up $10,000, it's yours. Like, no questions asked, no arguing, no haggling.
Why don't Why don't you just bring it home? Like bring it here.
How am I gonna do that?
What do you mean?
Hook it up to my car?
Well, it drives, right?
No, not right now.
Doesn't drive.
It needs rewired, and it would be a shit show driving it 8 hours.
Um, yeah. I mean, you could put it on a trailer. Like
Yeah, but
U
I have
U-Haul
nothing to
will
haul
rent
it.
you the. So U-Haul will give you the truck, like the pickup truck, and then they have
Uh,
the roller trailers. It's just a 2 wheels.
I don't think that's worth the money though. Like
Well, you could
it's
bring
way
it.
too expensive.
I'm saying like if you could bring it home, park it at your mom's or something, or store it somewhere, and then hold on to it for a while. Because that's what you want to do. You want to open a shop to do restorations like this. Then you already have one, and that could just be like your show car. Just set it on a fucking on the corner.
Yeah, but that whole shop thing is so far down the line that it's like I mean, it's probably just not worth
Holding on to it
hanging
that
on
long.
and waiting that. Yeah,
I mean, if if you have to pay storage fees, I would agree. But if you find somewhere where you can keep it for free,
Yeah.
keeping
And
it
that's,
rather than starting
but
over.
yeah, but by the time like it's like, all right, I'm gonna do this, I can find one that's probably in better condition
Yeah, but the price
by
is
that
just gonna
time.
keep going up. Like the you're gonna save money paying the
Mm,
maybe $1,000 to bring it home because a truck is $20 a day, and then you pay like 50 cents or 60 cents a mile. But if you drive one way and then fly home, I can't ping.
oh, gee golly. What the
You
fuck?
didn't even try. The Jeep failed its inspection really bad. Like I got both cars inspected, no problems. I showed the guy pictures of the Jeep. I was like, "There's rust, there's holes, the tires are oversized," and he goes, should be fine." I go, "Okay, I'll bring it in." It was like a full page of shit wrong with it.
A full page.
Well, like
What the
they
fuck?
have like a block that they fill out, and it was the entire block, like every
Everything
line
that could have
here.
possibly been wrong with it was wrong with it.
And I mean, like even like there was stuff that I had totally forgot about, but like the driver's side door doesn't shut and stay shut, and the
Uh-huh.
hood latch doesn't catch. So literally, as I was driving home from the inspection, my hood flipped up on me,
Mm.
and I just had to slowly stop on the middle of the fucking, like in front of McDonald's. Just had to, in the middle of everything, jump out and close it and drive a little bit slower. I don't have a shock on one side in the rear. And then there was just a bunch of holes in the frame and the body and the tires. Which really sucks because I got a bunch of little projects I'm trying to do.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm looking to sell the Mustang and then get a motorcycle and then just have
Whose
probably just
motorcycle
save
was
the
that you sent a picture of the other day?
it's my buddy's. He has it sitting in my backyard while he's away. Yeah, I was gonna sell the Mustang, buy a motorcycle, and then just probably save the extra cash.
Don't reload. You have 60 rounds. This guy's full health. Fuck, he's behind you.
Jesus, fuck!
I have lost all desire to have a motorcycle.
Well, all of your motorcycles like blew up.
Yeah, they didn't even. Well, yeah,
Well,
it's not that they blew up. They did just suck, though. Not even. It's not that they sucked. The Legacy, or the Legend, the Triumph Legend, I bought knowing that it ran fucked up. And then I just didn't. I've never worked with carbs before, so I couldn't get it running again. Like I took them apart, cleaned them, put them back in, and then it just wouldn't even try to crank. To be fair, I never really tried to do anything with the battery and the spark plugs, so it might have just been something stupid. And I bought the Honda CB1 1989, completely rebuilt, all new, everything, and the guy was a stunt rider, so he had a couple bikes, and this was like his cruising around town bike. And I just fucking, I gave it a little too much, pulling out of a stoplight, wheelied through the intersection, and then just failed and cracked the fucking, it fell over, and he didn't have sliders on it, which I didn't check, and I had no intention of dropping it, so I wasn't worried about it. But there's no frame sliders, so it just fell, and it cracked one of that, like the clutch housing on the one side, which they just don't, like, that's not a part you can find or buy. So I just couldn't get it going again, unless I put a different motor in it. I bought exactly the same motor just to get just the housing. I needed the whole bottom end because of the way it cracked, but it was just a whole mess, and I don't really care to do it again. Damn. You want to invest in some real estate?
Yeah.
There's a house like 2 or 3 down from me. Just went for sale.
Amber and I actually were planning to buy a bunch of houses back home and Section 8 them.
There's one literally 2 or 3 houses down from me. It's on sale. It's for sale right now for $10,000.
Jesus Christ.
That's a little, like, obviously it's $10,000 for a reason.
Yeah.
But it's not so bad that, like, if I had $10,000 in the bank right now, and I wasn't trying to buy my neighbor's house, I would buy it. I want to buy the house right next to me because it's a piece of shit house, and I just want to knock it down and have a bigger yard.
Yeah, I think I'm putting in a package to go to dive school and become a diver, and I get a bunch of money for doing that. And I think after that is when I'm gonna start like buying a bunch of real estate back home and stuff.
What the hell is wrong with these guys? There's so many houses, like right where we grew up.
Yep. I think it's so easy. They're so cheap. One, I think it's so easy to just buy them and then Section 8 them, and then they're so cheap that it's not like if they get fucked up, it's a total loss.
Well, I didn't know this. What the hell? I didn't know this, but the state will actually come and do regular like home visits
Mm-hmm.
on someone who is living like receiving Section 8 housing
Yeah.
funding or money. So they'll come, like they'll inspect your place before anybody moves in,
Mm-hmm.
and then they move in and they'll be, I don't know, every 6 months or whatever it is, they'll come and inspect it. And if somebody fucks your house up, they will lose their Section 8 and get the state will like handle it for you.
Exactly.
Which
That's why
it makes sense why there's so many houses around here that are like that.
Amber and I talk about this all the time about fucking investing in Section 8 back home. Because, like, especially if we were going like half on houses, we get like a fucking, like a livable house is no more. Like a nice livable house is like $70,000 back home. Um, you fucking get a $70,000 house, even if you get it on your own, you get a $70,000 house, you're fucking, and like something shits the bed and like the house gets fucked up or whatever, and for whatever reason, like it's there's like unrepairable damage. $70,000. It's not like it's $200,000. You know what I'm saying? Like $70,000 you can pay off in a few years.
Oh my god. So that house right down from me is 2 bedroom, 1 bathroom, 2 stories. It's got a little backyard. It's a corner lot.
But after this duty station, I should be going to dive school, and then after they're doing they're letting us pick our duty stations. So I think I'm gonna go to Virginia after being here, so that way I'm a little closer to home. And uh, Amber and I both like Virginia.
Right there, like the Norfolk, Little Creek kind of area.
Yeah,
That's not bad.
yeah. She actually deployed out of there. Like she had to go there for staging or whatever. And that's when I was in Virginia a few weeks ago. I went up there and we were in that area. We got a hotel and we explored that area and we both really like it. Now, granted, that was based off a weekend, but
What the fuck? All we haven't gotten a single kill. Um, I don't know what I'm saying.
and it's closer to home and
Fucking pistol dicks. I was saying my neighbor's house is shit. Like it sucks. There's literally like, I think every day I come home and there's either a piece or like a full shingle from their roof. It's just, it's in such a bad shape. It erodes. It just the wind, a little bit of rain. It rained today. There's probably pieces of shingle, multiple, throughout my yard. Like one of the back windows to what I assume is like the kitchen is broken. They just threw a piece of plastic, like hard plastic, up against it from the inside. And there's sections of the house where there's siding missing. Like
mm,
I think it's some sort of crack house.
I was gonna say, do the people that live there own it, or
No, the
yeah?
guy that owns it owns multiple. Because I looked all this up.
That's how it goes in Johnstown.
He owns commercial real estate, like the building that businesses lease. He owns it, and they're from like he and his family are from this area.
That's the
He
way to
owns
do
this
it.
little
That's how.
shitty house. So
So
I
that
want to
the people who live next to you are probably on Section 8 or some type of government assistance.
see. I want to ask him. I want to reach out one day and like, hey, are you interested in selling that property? I see it's not really in good shape, and he doesn't own any really other residential. He owns one other, and I think is where he lives.
I mean, you could even get lucky, and like if that house is as bad as I'm picturing it, you could probably just get it fucking condemned and then get it knocked down without buying it.
Yeah, but I want the yard space. I don't want somebody else. Like I want to, because my garage.
You wanna own the land.
I want to own the land. I want the dogs to be able to use it, and I want my property value to go up a bunch because of that. But I also want my garage is just like a sheet metal building. It's corrugated steel walls and a metal roof.
Uh-huh.
So I just want to do that like double wide and have. I could really do like 3 wide and have a multi-car garage. And not eat up all of my yard to do it. What a clown.
Eliminate all threats from the area.
But I want to have enough. I want to have like 10 grand in the bank that's not emergency fund. And then have my real estate agent like reach out and on my behalf and see what he'll do.
Motherfucker.
Like, what is your right now cash price to get that house off your hands because it's close to being condemned? Oh, the police showed up one day to my house looking for the guy that there's a man or woman that lives there. They were looking for the guy. That might be a different guy that's living there now, or a whole different couple.
I got my fucking wallet stolen yesterday.
Yeah, how'd that happen?
So me and my buddy, we went to the pool to just do like a pool workout, to swim, and someone stole it on my locker.
Like busted the lock?
No, I didn't have it locked. It's on base. People usually don't lock their stuff on base because people usually don't steal stuff on base, and you kind of have some type of respect for others just because like we're all military. But there were some punk ass like boots in there. Like you tell they were like 18, 19, 20, brand new in. They're like fucking privates and shit. And they're like in the bathroom or in the locker room in everyone's way, posing. And they were just being like dickheads in there. And I feel like it was one of them that just snagged my wallet real quick, thinking that there was gonna be something in it, and there's not. I had no cash in it.
So what, you lost your ID and shit?
Yeah, I lost everything. So it was my credit and debit cards, my driver's license, my concealed carry license, my cat card. That was really it. But it's just a pain that I gotta go get a new CAC tomorrow. I gotta get a new driver's license. Gotta freeze all my credit and debit cards. Get new ones.
I love that about our bank, that it's so easy.
Yeah. Well, I have my debit and credit. I have one debit card and one credit card through Navy Fed, and then I have two other credit cards from other banks that are like non-military banks.
I have
And
Amex.
it's kind of a hassle to fucking like I had to yeah, I had to call both of them, and it was like, oh, like I had to verify a bunch of stuff, and then it was, oh, we'll send you a new card in 17 to 21 days. And I was like, awesome, glad I don't need it emergently.
Um,
Like Navy Federal, I'm just gonna call them in the morning, and pretty sure I can get a new card same day.
you could probably just go to a physical.
Yeah, and just get it same day.
Um, you should keep one credit card at home,
Yeah.
and even a spare debit card. Like I have two. I have an account for me, a checking account for me, and I have a second checking account, and I let Haley hold that card, so it stays here at home in her purse all the time. But like, if we go to the store and I'm like, "There's money on your card, just pay." I do not keep credit cards at home though. Punk.
Pussy.
Leave this fucking guy.
What's Rashad doing with his life?
He's got a place. Like he's got his own apartment. He's working at some scrap place. He was working at the one in OCB, but now I think he's somewhere else now. And he's doing jiu-jitsu.
Well, that's good.
That
Staying
way.
out of trouble.
Well, he's doing it because he wants to do MMA fighting. But I mean, yeah, he fucking. Even on the weekends he works, like, because his stepmom has that business. So he's always.
Wow, they are like gang raping me right now.
He'll leave work and then immediately go to like a job site and work.
That's good.
You know what? He's looking for a car. You could let him drive the Mustang.
It's not a running car.
Damn, you're right. Jesus.
This round is ours.
I wish he'd talk in the group chat. Like me and him, one-on-one, Snapchat, like all day long. And we're talking, like, just having normal conversation all, like, for the entirety of class when we go to jiu-jitsu. And he'll see what we're talking about in the group chat and in the text chat. But he just never says anything. I think he's worried about you being mad at him. Are you alive? No, this guy's on me.
No, I died. Oh,
That's crazy. You didn't answer me at all when I was talking about Rashad, and then
I died.
I asked you an unrelated question, and you answered immediately.
I didn't have anything to say.
Why'd you two stop talking again? I forget why you two don't get along anymore. Or why you're mad at him.
Not mad at anyone.
Look at this fucking pussy. Waiting for the flag. I hate that shit. There shouldn't be a flag.
Yeah, it's gay. Stopped raining now. It's pretty sunny out.
Good.
I've been chugging water all day. Gotta make sure I'm hydrated.
I went and got that fresh, like, spring water. I got two 7-gallon containers of it, and I like that. Like, I take bottled water to work, and I drink usually 2 bottles of water at work. Then I come home and I drink the mountain water.
2 bottles of water. That's not enough.
Well, that's like before. I try to drink those before noon. But
You can drink 2 bottles of water in like an hour.
I could, but I mean, at first, like that's where I started at. I don't really want to take bottles of water with me anyways. Like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna get through this case, and then I bought Haley a huge hydro flask.
I was just about to ask you, why don't you buy like a big Nalgene or something?
Well, she never fucking uses it, so I'm just gonna. We don't know where the lid is. I'm gonna buy a lid and just take it. Because they have these machines at work. I think they're called like the water break or something. And it's on demand hot and cold water. Yeah. And it's tapped to like the main water lines. But it filters it and then cools and heats it on 2 separate lines. And it has 2 separate nozzles for them. So I'll just, try to drink 2 of those a day. It's a big container. But Friday after jiu-jitsu, I went and I got a 0 sugar vitamin water. I think that's the move. That's gonna be my like, because I went to the dentist and the dentist was telling me, like, the hygienist was saying that juice is just as bad as soda for your teeth.
For your everything's fucking bad for your teeth. It all depends on the viewpoint that you're listening to. Like, all dentists care about are your teeth and what's acidic. Like, everything is bad for your teeth. Everything's acidic and everything's too rough, and it doesn't matter. So I mean, like, everything's bad for your teeth. It's just a matter of how perfect you want to try and keep your teeth.
I'm not too worried about that, but like, if that was my thing, like, if I didn't want to drink a soda, but I wanted that, like, not like sugar, but just something very flavorful.
Yeah, you could drink juice. I would drink juice over soda.
Yeah, I would have a glass of like apple juice or orange juice.
Yeah.
But I chug those. Like,
There's nothing wrong with that.
But then I just blow through it super fast.
You gotta make sure you're drinking like pure orange juice and apple juice. Like, read the ingredients, make sure there's no like added bullshit, and it's just like apple juice.
I think it's concentrate.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's just, we squeeze some apples and fucking fill it with sugar. Here you go. Because even sometimes apple juice is like, I can tell it's super sweet.
Yeah.
But the vitamin water, 0 sugar, 0 fucking everything.
A lot of things will say it's like zero calories or 0 sugar, but you gotta actually like read what's in it because it could be 0 sugar, 0 calories, but they could still have a bunch of like additives that's bad for you.
Yeah.
I like drinking the Pellegrino water. It's kind of bougie water. It's like sparkling water,
And the green
and then
bottle.
yeah,
How
and then
expensive
there's
is that?
another kind that's similar to that that I like drinking a lot. And then I'll drink like LaCroix too.
I don't want that. I've tried LaCroix before and they did not.
Some LaCroix taste like shit, but some of them are pretty good.
I don't know. I want the bubbly.
I like the bubbly.
See, like the vitamin water, I had a lemonade one and I had an orange one. And the lemonade one was like kind of ass. But that orange one, like, I could drink that like a soda. Like, I just not think about it, not be like, I have to drink.
What the fuck?
Like, I could just enjoy one of those.
That's how I feel about that sparkling water, the Pellegrino or whatever it is. I drink that. I buy that, and I'm like, I'm on my shit. I think that stuff's so good.
Um, but this mountain water is fucking nice.
I think I've heard that's the brand, right? I think I've heard of that.
No, they just go to the
Oh,
hill
just straight
and
from the
fucking,
mountain.
yeah. Just fucking take a couple dirt roads and there's a metal tube or a plastic tube sticking out of the ground. The fact that it's free is what really does it for me. Because I've had the one cube of it go in that door. He's gonna be on that
I
little
know.
hill. I've had that one cube of it, 7 gallons, for like a month. Like there was a day where the fridge or the
How the fuck? Oh, your enemy team has more health.
yeah,
That's stupid.
that also shouldn't be a thing. Like you should just have to
Kill each other.
yeah. God damn it, Sleepy Joe, you fucking son of a bitch.
Oh my god.
It lasts a good bit. I mean, even if it doesn't, it's free. Like it's 10 minutes from my house.
How the fuck?
One second. My mom's fucking out somewhere drinking. And she texts me and goes, Uncle Tim needs a ride. I said, okay, where's he at? Like, she called me, I ignored it. I let her text me. I said, okay, where's he at? No answer. So I call her back. She goes, I was asking you if you can pick him up later today. I said, that's not what you fucking said. She goes, well, can you pick him up later? Like in a few hours? I said, sure, just text me then. She was fucked up.
Mom's living the life.
I know. I can't. She bought us, when we bought this house, she bought like a cheap bottle of champagne and brought it over, and we did like a little toast and like, had a shot of champagne.
Mm-hmm.
And it's been sitting in the fridge ever since. Last night, I grabbed it and I was like, I'm dumping this thing out.
Oh.
Because me and Haley are never going to drink it. Like, it's been in there for almost a year now. And we have not touched it at all. It literally was in the back corner of the fridge. Like, there wasn't a bunch of shit in the way where we couldn't see it. Like, we both know it's in there. We're just not interested. And I know she didn't, like, spend a bunch of money on it or something. I grab it. I was like, you know what? I'll try it again. Like, maybe it'll be alright. Nope. It's still gross. So I just dumped it out. I do not enjoy drinking at all.
I think it's your approach to drinking is what the problem is like why you don't enjoy it.
Like, I know it just tastes bad. Like, as soon as it's in my mouth, I'm
Yeah,
like,
no, alcohol's not good.
yeah.
It does not. No, it doesn't taste good. The thing to drinking is you drink for the experiences and to like have fun with people, um, and like people talk about like, oh, I'm a whiskey connoisseur. I like having myself a glass of whiskey and sitting and playing video games or watching TV or whatever, or reading a book and smoking a cigar. That's a lie. People who do that are weird. You drink alcohol to get drunk. So the thing with alcohol and drinking is you just find something that you can bear, and the drunker you get, the easier it is to drink it, and then you start having fun and experiences and letting loose, and everyone around you is having fun, and everyone's drunk, and that's where drinking is like.
I get that, but I get
at peak.
I get sick before I get like.
It's because you're
fun.
probably just like you haven't found that alcohol that does it for you. Like there's alcohols that I drink, and like I'm like, oh, my stomach, I don't feel right.
Not to mention, like, I don't want to start. I'm gonna start. If I start drinking, I'm gonna have hangovers. I'm not.
But there's healthy ways to drink. Like it's not always gonna be a hangover. It's not always gonna be you got to drink every time you do something. You can drink and not abuse it. You can drink and have fun. Like you could prevent a hangover before you even start drinking. Just by drinking enough water and having enough electrolytes. I like to drink, like if I'm drinking alcohol, I usually drink a lot of water as I'm drinking. And then while I'm drinking, either before I go to bed or while I'm still up, like doing stuff, I'll drink like a Pedialyte or something. It doesn't even have to be like a Pedialyte. I'll drink. Or what?
I said Pedialytes are pretty nice.
Yeah, I'll either drink like a Pedialyte or like an electrolyte solution to like mitigate the hangover in the morning. I think you just need to find what drink you like. What drink is doable?
That thing that you had was all right. I mean, I didn't really that we had in North Carolina. I didn't.
Yeah.
I usually put like 1 or 2 shots in per like
Mhm.
full cup of soda,
Mhm.
and that was enough. Like I couldn't taste it, but I wasn't getting super drunk.
Yeah, and that might be just it for you. I think you just gotta find what you like and what actually like brings on good experiences. Because I think getting drunk and just sitting there, you're just gonna be like, this is stupid. But if you're getting drunk and like you're having fun, and people around you are also getting drunk, like when we were on that trip and everyone was just sitting there, no one was really drinking. It was like this is stupid. But I guarantee if we were all drunk and we were all like up dancing and having fun and everything, then
Our friend group is
or
not
like
like a party friend group though.
we were all having fun or joking and everything, I think it would have been a different experience. I think it is. I think it was because it was me, you, and Jeremy and Britt. I think Britt played a big part in Jeremy not letting loose because they were arguing pretty much the whole time they were down there.
Um, that's what I'm saying. Like they're not like a party couple.
Um, I think together they're not. I think apart they are.
I
Uh,
don't even think I don't even think Jeremy's a party guy. We can bully him into it.
I've gotten drunk with Jeremy a few times, like just going out to the bar back home. And I've had fun every time I've gone out and drank with him. But that was not over like that was not what was happening over like during that trip. He was like almost like it was like he was afraid to drink.
Sorry guys, my mom's here. I gotta
Yeah.
behave.
And you can like they like showed it on their face whenever they were having problems. Like the room was tense. Like
I couldn't really tell.
me and Amber were like, what's going on with them?
I mean, like I didn't feel like tension in the air. Not like where it's like, oh my
Because
god,
you're
okay.
yeah, like you're just chilling. But like there was definitely like they were like not so much Jeremy. It was more so like Britt would like give him like a side eye or like a dirty look here and there, or like I'd be like, hey Jeremy, you wanna drink or whatever, and then she'd like look at him. It was like stuff like that. It was like it kind of there was like a heavy vibe that she didn't want him to drink.
Um, being weird about like having a cigar.
Yeah. Like whenever we were like, oh, let's go to the smoke shop or whatever, and I think at one point she even said that she didn't want him to smoke a cigar.
Yeah,
And it was like,
because
what,
we
what, are
because
you,
we got him to
what are you talking
fucking
about?
to take like 1 hit on the porch the night of your birthday or something, and she was
Yeah,
not
and she
happy
like
about
was
it.
not happy. Yeah, like, so I think I think that played a big part into it. And I think that's why, like,
To be
I think
fair
that
though,
trip
I
had a
blame
lot of
Jeremy for that.
potential. I do blame it. Yeah, I can see that.
Like she doesn't
Um,
have to pretend like she's okay with it, but that's not like it's not gonna fucking kill him. He's not
especially like,
addicted to cigarettes now. Like
especially whenever you're with your friend group that you're like, it's rare that we're all together.
we're on
Like,
vacation, we're
yeah, we're on vacation in a safe
trying to have
spot.
a
It's not like we're out drinking and
sober
driving.
free.
We're in an Airbnb.
Yeah,
Like everything's here. And she was like not having it.
just let the boys be boys.
Yeah, and that's what I was like looking for. That's what I wanted to do. I wanted to dick around and bullshit and joke and drink, and it was more so like I just like kept trying to get the party going. And then it would get to the point where it's like, all right, well, I'm a little buzzed. No one else is. I'm gonna go to bed.
I think I think next time it should just be a boys trip, and it will be different.
Or I think there should be more girls. Um, like all the girls should come. I think we need more personalities.
I
If
I
it's
don't
gonna be
think that
everyone,
will
I
work.
think if it was just me, you, and Jeremy, I think it would have been fine. Um,
Like I don't like we don't have like if everybody brings their girlfriend, I don't think it's gonna help because
yeah,
we're squad,
but
but
if
they're
everyone's
not squad wives. They're not gonna want to. Oh, let's all go be. Oh, let's let the girls hang out. You, the boys get out of the house. Leave us alone. You know, like
see, I
I know Haley's not gonna want to hang
yeah,
out with Amber and Brittany and just chill
well, why not?
because she doesn't know them.
So,
So learning like trying to meet them on vacation when she's trying to chill in.
what
Like
else is she like gonna get to know them?
that's what I'm saying. Like I just don't think that will work. Like if we all lived at home and actually all spent time together, and then we all went on vacation together, yeah, the girls would be like, get the fuck away from us. Go to the beach, go to the bar, like you leave us alone. We're on vacation and you guys are in the way. And we can do whatever we want, they can do whatever they want. Like that's how that would be.
I don't know. I don't think it would be that hard for them to start hanging out. I don't know how Haley is with making friends and stuff, but I feel like girls make friends pretty easy.
Girls can pretend to be friends pretty easy, but girls don't. Girls definitely do not make
Yeah,
real friends, like at all.
yeah, but they can get through like a night of hanging out. But like yeah, like Alora is super friendly. Dime is super friendly.
Are they even? Are they even still together? I thought
Not
maybe she.
officially.
I thought they were done.
They're not officially together. His dad posted posted pictures of them together the other day.
Great.
They were at like a family party.
I'm glad that Tay prioritizes family,
Yeah,
but I feel like that's the only thing he fucking does.
yeah.
Like, I feel like he's only spending. He's to your left. The other one is. Like,
You feel like he's only what?
well, I was saying the guy was circling around behind you.
No. You're talking about Tay. You said he's only what?
I feel like he only ever does stuff with his family. Like he goes to work, and then
I agree.
anything he does is a family function, and thus takes precedence. And he can't
Mm-hmm.
like,
Do anything else?
yeah.
I agree.
Which that like I was so annoyed that he couldn't come to vacation.
I was very annoyed too. But that was because of his job that he gets bullied at, which I don't know why.
Yeah, but he
Like, and
probably how many times did he take off that year? Because he went on
yeah,
multiple
that's true.
vacations.
I don't know how many
So if
times
they
he
were
took
like, "Bro,
off
you
before
took
that.
4 vacations. Like we need you. You keep leaving. We need you." You know.
He also said he was gonna quit that job after he got his bonus, and
And he
he
didn't.
still hasn't quit.
Which I mean, maybe they fucking gave him that bonus and now they fixed his pay or something. They're giving him more, or maybe now there's more inventory for him to sell.
But I 100% think that if Tay and Jamal went, it would have been like it would have been like the old days.
Well, that's the other thing I was saying. Like, Jeremy was saying he does not want to go skiing again, which
Why?
I mean he just didn't. I know, like we only went one time.
We went the day it was either the day after you left or the night that you left
So you guys went
too. But
twice.
Jeremy seemed like he was enjoying it. Like
He might have been,
Amber
but
and I
if
started going down the big slopes and everything, but
what do you mean big
Britt
slopes?
was not enjoying it. And Britt did not like want him to go like
To leave him
like how
up
she
to
paid for
make her be on her own, which is
yeah.
fine.
But like how she paid for that like class and everything, she got mad at Jeremy because he went down the slopes while she was in that class. Like,
Yeah.
what do you expect him to do? Just
Did she get
stand
mad
there?
at him for that?
Yeah.
Um,
Like, what do you expect him to do? Just stand there and watch, or like he paid to be there. It was expensive.
he said he's not interested in that again. I'm okay going to like local places here because
Yeah,
like
Amber and I were talking about going to
this
Seven Springs
this summer
this year.
I want to buy gear
Yeah.
and then
Yeah, if you have your own gear, it makes it so much cheaper.
well like the pass is all season for like $700,
Hmm.
which if you go 5 times, then the pass is paid for because it's like a
Yeah.
hundred something dollars just for like the day pass. But that's not just that resort. It's like all five of like our local ones, which are all about an hour away from us.
Hmm.
So I think it's totally worth it. Even if you
I
go like
think
each
Jeremy
one of them
didn't
one
enjoy it
time.
because Britt didn't enjoy it.
That's what I was saying. Like just a guy's trip, because me and him were talking. I think we brought it up in chat whenever we were saying about like what's everybody's ideal perfect trip. I was saying because me and him were talking on Discord. I said I'm okay just going back to OC and
I'd be down with that.
now that we're adults and we can go to all the cool bars. Not even that I want to drink, but like we can go to all the bars, just sit in the water and hang out all day. Plus, there's all the normal, just just going up and down the boardwalk, getting food and just
Yeah,
hanging
it'll be
out.
a completely different experience now that we're older.
We
Like
can be
we can go
wasted
to,
going up and down the fucking boardwalk,
yeah, we go to
hitting up
bars.
Cinnabon,
Yeah, and we're not illegally drunk. Like we can actually like bar hop on the boardwalk.
and it's
Yeah, I
local and
think it
it's
would.
cheap. Like,
Yeah, I think it would be fun to do that, and I would be down to do that.
plus, like, dude, jet skis. We could go out on the fucking out in the ocean on like a boat. They
Yeah, I
probably
would
have
100%.
skydiving there, which I don't understand your logic behind the skydiving.
Why?
The skydiving cert, like being licensed.
Wait, what?
You were
Sorry, I
arguing.
was reading something.
You were arguing with us why you think getting a skydiving license was a good investment or idea. And me and
'Cause
Jeremy,
it's fun.
oh, he's on me. Physically doing it is fun. Like me and Haley went once together,
So,
and I think
but you
we went
guys
once
went
before.
tandem.
Yeah, there was an instructor that just pulled the cord for us.
Yeah, I'm saying like you get your own license, you can do whatever the fuck you
But
want.
getting your own license is so expensive, and I don't think doing it by yourself is gonna be so much. I don't think it's gonna be thousands of dollars more exciting. Like I was like, it wasn't even super exciting doing that.
'Cause you don't do anything whenever when you do tandem, you're hooked to someone else, and then you fall out of plane, and then they pull the chute for you.
That's the only thing they
They
do though.
toggle.
They just pull
They
the
like
chute for
you're
you.
under canopy with you. You don't do
I
anything.
did the handles like
Yeah,
slowing
for
the
like
descent
30
and turning.
seconds. And like, did you really know what you were doing?
I mean, it was pretty simple
Yeah, but
because he
it
just
was
told
like
us.
30 seconds. It was like here, this goes left, this goes right, and then you do left, right for a little bit, and you feel like you accomplished something, but you're like really not doing anything.
But
Like,
to spend
like
thousands
you,
of dollars just to be able to hold the handles by myself.
no, it's not just to be able to hold the handles by yourself.
The only other thing you do
You
is
you
pull the
spend
cord for yourself.
you spend okay, no, well, you can jump like you can jump out of different things. You can jump out of planes. You can do different exits. You can do flips.
Oh, we
You
were
can do
allowed
all
to do
like
flips. Like the
you can do
instructor
whatever you
would just
want.
do the flips and the barrel rolls and the turning.
But that's someone doing it for you. That's like
Yeah, but I
saying,
got
"Oh,
the
I can drive
experience of
I
doing a
can
flip.
drive a fast car," but it's someone else driving it.
Eh,
Um, but like yeah, you can do like flips and everything. You can do whatever type of exits. You can do like You can jump out of planes, different type of planes. You can jump out of different type of helicopters. You can jump out of air balloons. You can
Are
do
you
night
doing this?
jumps. What do you mean?
Like, are you getting this license?
My buddy and I are going to. He's out of town right now. I'm waiting until he gets back. But whenever he gets back, we're gonna start getting our license. Um,
How many
and then
times
you
have you
can. There's
done it?
like I've done tandem like 3 or 4 times, and then I've done the wind tunnel a few times.
Is tandem exciting for you?
Not really.
Yeah, the like normal. It wasn't for me because after we jumped out, I was like, like I'm gonna
Yeah, because
I'm
like, I
gonna
think
be
being
fine or I'm
doing
gonna
tandem,
die. So like I'm just not worried, and because I'm not worried,
I
it's
think
not exciting.
yeah, doing tandem, it's like all the, I guess, all of your power is gone. Like it's not, nothing is up to you, I guess, and you can't like push the limits for things. Like everything is controlled um, when you do tandem. So it's kind of like yeah, it's like a bucket list thing, like you were saying when you do tandem. But doing like on your own, like it's a little different. You should look into doing a wind tunnel,
Eh,
because then you can like feel like what it's like to kind of like free fall on your own, and like the different types of like controls you have. Like you do flips and turns and all this other stuff. And like once you learn to control it, it's pretty fun.
I used to really like going to like the trampoline things
Mm,
where you're on like the bungee cords jumping really high,
yeah.
and I think I could backflip really well. Like I could do like 3 or 4 backflips just in one jump, but I physically could not front flip. Like I would just point my head down and get stuck.
Yeah.
So I don't know if I'd want to do that in like free fall.
Well, free fall, it's not like once you reach like terminal velocity, it's almost like you're just like floating. Um, and then it's not like you're jumping and doing a flip. It's more so you're just like twisting, contorting your body to and like making the air push you more so to flip, if that makes sense. So you're just putting your body in a position for the air to push you.
Yeah.
And then you can get into like hey ho, hey low. Um, so it's like high altitude, high opening, high altitude, low opening. So it's like free falling all the way and then opening at like
Yeah, I know what that is.
1,200 feet. And then,
Um, eh.
you do all types of different like types of falling and different tricks in the air. And
I feel like that's. I feel well. I'm just not interested. Like it was all right, and I don't even want to go a second time. It just wasn't like that.
I don't ever want to go tandem again. I think tandem is
Even
so boring.
solo, even if somebody was like, "We'll rig the backpack up so that it automatically deploys at a certain altitude, and you don't have to do anything." Like
There are a
I
lot of
just
parachutes are like that.
I just wouldn't. The more times you do it, the more the higher risk of something going wrong, which I think is
Statistically, it's less than 1% uh, of getting hurt while skydiving.
um but it's not like it's so if it was super cheap, like maybe. But I don't right? Like it
I mean, it's
wasn't
not that expensive.
it was, I mean
Like,
thousands of
how much did
dollars,
you spend on your PC?
but I use my PC every single day.
And you can jump every day. You can go
But you got to
skydiving
pay
every day.
money to jump every day. I don't have to
It's
pay
like
every time I
20
turn my
bucks.
computer on.
You pay for electricity monthly.
I have to pay for electricity regardless. and my
Okay,
energy bill isn't high, so it's not like
but your computer contributes to that.
barely.
It's not like your computer is just all grand and free.
Um,
But
but
if you get your
I
license, you
use
can
my
you can jump
computer to
for
make money,
$20.
or I'm trying
You can
to.
use anything to make money. You can use skydiving to make money. You can become a skydiving instructor. You can be a tandem instructor. It's like it's
Can
all
I
a matter of
skydive
how.
here, where I live? Like, does our
Yeah.
airport do that?
I don't know if
I don't think it
specifically
does.
that airport, but I don't think um, there's some places like you can skydive basically anywhere. Um, I don't know how far, like, or how close there's a place to Johnstown, but I think you can find one within a 30-minute drive. And it doesn't have to be an airport.
Well, I kind of does.
No, it could be.
An airfield.
Uh,
It's got to be able to
it doesn't
fly a
even have to
plane
be.
in and out.
No, it could be a helicopter.
Yeah, I suppose. But then I gotta find a guy that has a helicopter and pay him, or
No,
I gotta buy a
I'm
helicopter.
saying like businesses, like accredited businesses that do skydiving. Not all of them are out of planes. Some of them are out of helicopters. You don't have to like find a random guy that owns a helicopter. But hey, can I jump out of this thing? That's not what I'm saying.
I mean, even if it's a business, it's the same thing. Like, hey, I want to jump people out of your tour plane. Like, I have to build a business rather than, which the PC is not comparable.
Why not? I
Well,
think it
the only
is.
thing you're comparing, like the only factor that you're comparing it is the money, the price, the price point. Because I said $1,000 and I spent $2,000 on a PC.
Yeah.
But
Well, like what
but I use
else?
it
You're
every day.
saying, yeah, you can skydive every day.
Well, I'd have to drive so far. We said at least half an
Well,
hour.
it's obviously you can't walk out into your front yard and be falling from the sky.
Yeah, so it's
I
not
don't
really
know where the
comparable. Like
skydiving place in Johnstown is,
I'm
but
going into
there's
the other
I'm
room
my,
and I can sit on the computer all day long, no matter what the weather's like.
and that's not exciting. Like
I
when
enjoy
you
it.
talk about like getting bored or whatever, it's not.
I spend all day on the computer. I love it.
All right, so then you don't see my viewpoint for wanting to skydive. I don't see your viewpoint for wanting to sit on the computer all day.
Well, I'm not really trying to convince you to be on the computer. I was
I know.
just
I'm
saying I
saying like
don't
that's
understand.
that's I'm expressing like that's why
Not to mention they're completely
you
different. The skydiving isn't like an adrenaline junkie thing.
no, you can skydive and have no adrenaline.
Well, then it's boring.
Do you have adrenaline whenever you play PC?
I don't play PC for the adrenaline though. Like,
All right, then you don't have to skydive for the adrenaline.
then what's the purpose?
It's fun. I enjoy it.
I don't think you enjoy it that much.
I don't think you enjoy PC that much.
I mean,
Like what? Like what? You see how like I don't know what the points you're making aren't like they're both sides of the coin. It's they're just viewpoints.
I don't
Like I
know.
get like okay, you may not be interested in it. Cool. I think it's cool. I'm interested in it.
I think
I'm
after you
just
get your
my
license and you put a couple 100 hours or 1,000 hours on dives, then we can have this conversation. Because that's where I'm at with having a PC. You know,
I think it'll be the same thing.
you went less than a dozen times, less than 5 times, not even a handful of times.
I don't think that plays a factor in anything. And
I mean, it
I
does.
guarantee you can have a conversation with
Because you might
someone
go
who's
2 more times and go, okay,
skydives
this is a bad
every day.
idea. Yeah, a guy that goes skydiving every single day, an instructor that's done hundreds of jumps, and he goes, I love this shit. Okay, you definitely love it because you've done it hundreds of times and you still do it every day. You go
I don't get
tens of times a
what
day.
point you're making. Like you're like you, I mean, like you keep bringing up like viewpoint stuff that's like all what ifs. Like
It's not a what
what
if. I think I don't know. It doesn't make sense to me to spend so much money on a thing you've only done a few times. Like
All
buying a
right. So
computer,
when you
I
bought
had
a
already
computer, how many times did you play a PC?
well, I've played video games
Okay.
for my entire life. So playing video games just on something that I can do a little bit more on. I mean, you wouldn't say you're switching from Xbox to a PlayStation. How many times have you played PlayStation? Because it's the same. I can plug a controller into my computer and play my game, and it's literally
I
the
wouldn't say
exact same experience.
I'd say experience is completely different on Xbox, PlayStation, PC, and that's why
And
there's
it's
such
just the
huge
controller.
arguments as to why what games are what and what systems are better and why you push so hard for everyone to get a PC. I think experiences differ greatly.
They don't.
And I've heard stories of people being lifelong PlayStation players and getting an Xbox and absolutely hating it, and vice versa. And
That's just
they're
plain
completely
loyalty.
different.
That's all
They're
that
completely
is.
different experiences.
If anybody says I switched from PlayStation to Xbox or vice versa, and the graphics were awful or the interface was unusable, like no, it's different, absolutely.
I think it's the
But
same.
like graphics and the interface and stuff, that's what
No,
I'm
it's
saying is
like
different.
no, I'm saying people switching and without ever trying something and not liking it. And you
Yeah,
don't have to do something hundreds of times to know that you like it or that you want to do it more.
I'm saying to know that it's worth thousands of dollars.
I know that it's worth it. I've determined it's worth it. It's like you've determined a PC is worth thousands of dollars because you enjoy playing video games. That's you see what I'm saying? It's a viewpoint thing. I'm not arguing that I think everyone should go get their skydiving license. I'm just negotiating the topic as to where you're arguing it, like where you're debating it. I suppose it's what I'm basically saying is I guess people like what they like, just like and the examples at hand are skydiving and video game playing on a PC.
How
And
long?
I'm just saying, like, this is you like doing this. I think I enjoy doing that, and people like what they like. There's no. It's
How
gonna be
long do
what
you
it is.
plan on skydiving for after you get your license?
The rest of my life, as long as I'm healthy, I'll go as often as I can. There's multiple places down here I can go. Most major cities. Yeah,
We're not even
uh,
staying down there.
almost almost everywhere. Okay, and I guarantee you, anywhere I can go,
I'm not saying
anywhere I
that
can get
just because
stationed
you're
will.
mentioning just because you mentioned it. Like the places near you aren't even really relevant. They are everywhere though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like I would do it as often as I as I can.
If you do it forever, or how many times? What do you think it costs on average to go tandem? Just
To
one
go
flight.
tandem, it's like tandem's anywhere from like from what I've seen, it's anywhere from like 200 to like $350.
So let's just say 250.
Okay, 250.
And how much did it cost to get? Did we say it was going to cost to get the license?
The place down here, I can do it for $3,500. But you are jumping out of the sky on your own day one. and you're not paying $3,500 up front.
After
If
after
that
you do it,
plays into whatever you're saying.
after you jump, like when the class is over and you're fully licensed, if you go 13 times, then it will be worth it.
I don't understand what you're saying.
Like if
Are you
you
saying in regards to tandem?
yeah, if you would no, if you get your license and you jump solo 13 times, then that $3,500 that you spent to go solo, you would have had to jump tandem 13 times or 12.7 times to spend the same amount of money. So it's worth your money to get licensed and jump more than 13 times. If you jump 14 times, then you're saving money by getting the license.
They're two different experiences.
But I'm saying if you go 5 times after you get licensed, then it was a waste of money in my opinion. If you go 14 times
What?
in your entire life with your license, then it was worth your money to get the license because it was cheaper in the long run. Like at least you saved money. And it's a different
They're two completely different experiences. And also, whenever you start like the training to get your license, you're jumping day one. So I think you get like anywhere from 30 to 50 jumps over the course of getting your license for $3,500 of solo jumps. Like there's some days you're jumping 4 times.
Do you pay up front or is it
No,
like piecemeal?
so you can go each class costs something different depending on what the class is, but they're usually right around $100, and you're jumping at least once, but some, like I looked at the curriculum and some of them you're jumping up to 4 days, and the classes are right around it's anywhere from $100 to $300. All right,
So
say
it's worth it just to go to a single class then.
Sure. But you're still not getting really like the freedom because you are like you're jumping on your own, but
There's
like
somebody
you're
right
under
beside you. Not
yeah, like you're
past
under
you.
instruction.
Eh.
So like it's still like you're learning everything.
I mean, unless you go completely solo, that's always gonna be the case. Like if you jump with a friend, like they're probably gonna be kind of keeping an eye on you, and you should probably be keeping an eye on them just in case anything goes wrong. So like, unless you go completely 100% solo, you and the pilot, and that's it, then you know you'll kind of always be supervised. I wouldn't take somebody being near you as you not going solo.
Okay, so yeah, well, I don't know where you were going with this.
Like you said you're jumping solo, but not really. I'm saying it's definitely really solo.
Okay, sure, it's solo. Where were you taking that
That's it.
before we got onto that? Um, yeah, they're two completely different experiences. You don't have to pay it all up front. You can pay anywhere from $100 to $300 a class, and you're jumping anywhere from 1 to 4 times, from what I've seen, 1 to 4 times a day in a class. Um, that's less than tandem, the average cost of tandem. Um, you have more freedom, and doing it continuously, you get a license out of it, and then you can do it whenever you want for pennies on the dollar of what it costs to do tandem. And again, I'm not saying everyone should go and get their license. That was never my argument to begin with. I was more so defending why I want to get my license. And then I was debating the viewpoint as to you enjoy what you enjoy, just like anyone else enjoys what they enjoy.
Well, I brought it up because you were trying to convince me and Jeremy to do it.
I said that you guys should do it. I tried to convince you guys, and then I realized that you guys aren't going to do it. So then that was that.
Going to like
I'm
a
going to do
single
it.
class just to say I jumped solo. Maybe.
It's not really jumping solo.
But it is. First of all, you already agreed with me that it is jumping solo. There's just somebody
For
nearby.
conversation's sake, because we were hung up on it. It's not like you're jumping with two instructors that are pretty much like you're under a hawk's eye. You don't like it's literally you jump out and you're stuck in a position and falling straight to the ground. You don't have the freedoms to do like any rolls or turns or any type of tracking or.
So it's not.
It's a pre-designated route.
You're not gonna consider it that you've gone solo until you can go up completely.
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying it's one or the other. I'm just saying it's not. I wouldn't say it's like if someone comes up and is like, "Yeah, I've gone solo skydiving." There's obviously details that go into that. Like, oh, like what? Like if someone comes up and goes, "I've gone solo skydiving." Two people come up and they say, "I've both gone solo skydiving." And one has 150 jumps under their belt on their own, and one did 1 day of trying to get their A license. Those are two drastically different experiences.
They're different experiences, but they're both truthful statements.
Okay, and just like I said, I didn't say one is. Like I didn't say it was or it wasn't. There's gray areas, and there's obviously differences amongst it.
I mean,
it's like saying like
I mean, depending on the purpose, like if somebody said, "Yeah, I've gone solo skydiving before," and they said, "Yeah, it's just like one class, you just jump by yourself, and there's instructors nearby but not attached to you." I go, "Okay, so you have gone."
It's like, okay,
solo.
cool. So then but then there's the guy in the corner who's gone thousands of times.
No,
it's a viewpoint. It's a viewpoint thing.
I'd say both of you have gone solo before. You've gone more, but this guy's.
But they're completely different. That's like saying, it's like saying I've gone skydiving, but it was tandem, and I've gone skydiving, and it was on my own. My point is that it's two completely different things. I think you keep getting caught up on it is or it isn't, or this specifically or that specifically. I don't think you're seeing like there's gray areas in all these things, and there's viewpoints in all these things.
I don't think it's really gray though. Like you either jump with somebody physically attached to you, or you don't. Like if you and me and Jeremy all got our skydiving license and went together and kind of did our own thing for the entire jump, you wouldn't say it wasn't really solo because my friends were there and I know they were keeping an eye on me.
No, that's also completely different as you going with a group of friends and you going with instructors that are dedicated, like dedicatedly responsible for you, opposed to you going with friends that are keeping an eye on you. These are not definitive things, and I'm not saying this is skydiving, this isn't, this is going alone, this isn't. I'm saying they're drastically different things, and there is a gray area. Just like experiences vary with everything. Like everything is not a definitive thing. Like you can say like, oh, I'm a PC player, or oh, I'm a streamer, and there could be someone who plays PC and has no followers or whatever it is, no viewers, and then there's someone who does it professionally and gets paid, but they both say I'm a PC player. There's different ends of the spectrum.
Yeah, but they're both like in the same category. They're both that thing. Just one is, a higher caliber or
different
experience.
I'm saying there's differences in all of these things. I'm not saying one is true, one is false. I'm saying there's differences. Things aren't as cut and dry.
Maybe it's because I don't view skydiving as like.
And that's why I'm trying to say, I'm trying to put it towards something that you relate to. And I'm saying with PC, like there's differences amongst it. It's not like you don't view a professional PC player to some 12-year-old kid who has a streaming setup, right? So like whenever a kid walks in, that 12-year-old kid walks up to you and says, "I'm a PC player," you form a different perception, right? Opposed to the guy who is a professional. I don't know how it works for streaming or whatever, but is a professional streamer and has millions of dollars and followers and everything. You're obviously going to form a different perception of them, right? Amongst the two.
I mean, it depends.
You're saying you're going to view the 12-year-old kid who just gets on Fortnite and fucking turns on his streaming thing the same as the 30-year-old fucking professional streamer that has a sponsorship and gets paid millions of dollars per fucking game.
Well, I mean, it
You're gonna
depends.
view them as the same?
It depends on the context. Like,
Exactly. So there's differences. There's different viewpoints to it. That's my point.
yes,
That's
because
what I'm saying.
they are individual people with different experiences. But if you're taking a statement,
So if they come up to you and they say, "I play PC," do do both? Is it the same? Is it the same thing for both of them?
the statement "I play PC" is they are identical between the two of them because both of them do play PC. You know,
Okay,
if
and
the
that's my
kid
point.
says I
With
play PC professionally, and he streamed one time, then it's like, not
okay,
really
so now
professionally, but
you just
but if you say
I
I
don't want to say
play,
proved my point,
well, no, if you say I
but
play
but
PC by myself, you know, my dad watches me while
no
I
no
play, so
no
I'm
no
not
no
looking at
no.
something
So
I
we're looking at
shouldn't.
the professionalism of playing PC, the statement of being a professional PC player.
So
That's
that's
what
what
we're looking at.
is that
So
what
we're
you want?
comparing
You
that.
want to be a professional
No no
skydiver.
no no. I
We're
don't
on
want
the
to be a
same
professional
level.
skydiver. I'm taking what you're saying, right? So we're comparing the statement of being a professional PC player and that viewpoint to the statement of saying I skydived on my own in that viewpoint. There's different perceptions that are being formed.
If you say I skydived on my own, and it's somebody who did it one time as a hobby and a professional who gets paid and it's like a Red Bull stunt diver, like, and you go I skydive on my own, or I have, and I know the occupation, I know you did it one time as a hobby, and I know you're a professional, you work at Stunt Bull, like, or you do it stunts for Red Bull, and you say I have skydived on my own, those statements have the same weight, like they're the same exact statement. If you say I'm a professional skydiver and you've skydived one single time for a client and you're a Red Bull stunt athlete who's done thousands, those are completely different statements. But to say I have skydived on my own or solo, one time or 10,000 times is the same statement.
Okay, so you're getting caught up on the specifics again. So what I'm all right, I'll change the whole PC scenario. You have a 12-year-old kid who fucking turned on his PC once and played solitaire and he says I'm a PC player, and then you have the fucking guy who plays PC thousands of hours a day and has every game and the best console. Are they the same?
No, because the kid doesn't
All
continue.
right.
He says I'm a player and he doesn't continue to play. If you say I'm a solo skydiver and you went one time, you're not
All right.
you did it once.
Okay, the specifics again. You're getting the specifics of what I'm saying. Let me change it again then, since we can't get past the specifics and we
The
can't just see the
semantics.
viewpoint. If you have a kid who said I played PC and then fucking he played once, played solitaire or whatever, and then you have the fucking guy who does it 1,000 times a day and whatever, and he said I played PC, it's viewed differently, correct?
That
They're
statement,
complete.
I
They're
played PC, no, it's the same.
all right.
Because
Sure.
what if he's a professional solitaire player? Like, the only difference is you did it
All
more
right. So my point
times,
is, you're
but
getting caught up in everything, all the specifics. You're drawing the specifics out of what I say, and then you're giving all of these hypotheticals for your own point. Do you see what I'm saying? Like we can't come to like we can't have a structured conversation about this because you're getting the specifics of what I'm saying and then misconstruing it to whatever viewpoint you have, but then
Well, no, I'm
you're not
telling you
doing the
how I
same for.
interpret it.
I'm telling you that you're interpreting it. I don't want to say the wrong way, but
I feel like all of those scenarios are pretty in line though. Like I don't think I'm viewing all of them differently than I am the skydiving thing.
and my point never was that you view any of them differently. My point is that
Perhaps it's the
you're not.
sentence you're using about skydiving. Like if you say
No, it's
I want to,
no.
I
My
want to be
my
a
point isn't
solo
even about
skydiver.
skydiving. My point is that you're arguing or debating in a manner that's not conducive to finding any sort of relevance in whatever the topic is. I don't care about skydiving. That's not my point. Just like I don't care about PC playing. My point is that there are viewpoints in all of this, and people are going to like what they like, whether that be skydiving or PC playing, and that there are differences in all of these things. Just like there are extremes in all of these things. Like there's professional race car drivers, there are professional runners, there are beginner runners, there's differences in all of these things.
Okay, so what level of skydiver do you want to be?
I'm not even talking about skydiving.
Well, that's where the conversation started. Was about skydiving because
I
you.
want to get my license and go skydiving. That's it. Just like someone wants to buy a PC and play PC. That's it. It's as basic as it is.
I'm kind of lost on how we even got on that tangent.
You brought up why I wanted to go skydiving, and then it went down. Well, it went from there.
Yeah.
Ah, motherfucker.
Where was he at?
It's just like having hobbies. Everyone has a hobby. Some more expensive than others. Sorry, I have pizza in my mouth. It's very hot.
I can tell.
Everybody has hobbies. Some more expensive than others. And it's not like you'll never be able to 100% compare things to one another. People just like what they like. They want to do what they want to do. Some things are for some people, some things aren't.
Yeah.
That's my whole point with all of this. I honestly don't care if you ever go skydiving. I don't.
Thought it wasn't that interesting for me.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't care. My whole point is that people are just gonna do. People are gonna like what they like. It's like you like PC. You want me to buy a PC. I'm probably never gonna buy a PC.
I think it would be worth it though.
We just had this whole debate. I'm not getting back into it.
I think it would be worth it for you because if you plan on having like a bit like the restoration business,
It's minimum 10 years away. and I can run that with a non-gaming PC that I bought 10 years ago for thousands of dollars.
Yeah, I'm just saying you could also play games on that PC that you have. Like next
This
time
might
you go to buy an Xbox, you could just play the games.
I'm
If you
probably
use the
not going to buy an
controller
Xbox next
ever
time.
again,
I'm probably not going to buy a gaming system ever again. Once this thing's done, this
then
is the
that's
first time
fair.
I've been on my Xbox in the last like 4 months. Once this thing goes, I'm probably not going to buy another one.
Yeah, that's fair then. But if you ever plan on getting a new console, that's my argument always. If you're gonna get the new console, it's more advantageous to just get a PC. Like Tay, if he's gonna keep upgrading and getting the new PlayStation every couple years, it just save the money, get a PC. It's the same experience, but you have more options. Like it's a waste of money just for brand loyalty for him to keep buying the new PC. You know, if there was a cell phone that did everything the iPhone does, but interacted seamlessly with Android, like, and it was only a little bit more expensive and you didn't have to upgrade every year, it would make sense to get that third party cell phone rather than an iPhone. If it interacted, if you could just download iOS and use it as an iPhone, you know? Does that make sense?
I suppose. It's also, again, I think it's just a viewpoint thing. I think it's a matter of, um,
Well, yeah,
I think
it is.
you deal in definitives. I think that's your biggest thing. You deal in definitives, and the world is not dealt in definitives.
I don't know.
I think that's why you get so caught up in a lot of the, like, why some of the debates we have in the group chat go to extremes, and why you're viewed as wrong so much.
I'm taking the
It's
statements that
because,
you guys make at face value. If you say, I am
but
sad,
it's not always face value.
we'll make it face value. Like, why are you
It's not.
making,
It's
why are
not
you saying
because that's not how
sentences
the
that
world
I gotta
works.
fucking play a guessing game to
Nothing.
figure it out what it means?
Nothing is face value. It's not how the world is.
It doesn't have to be like exactly one to one. Like, you can say, like, I kind of don't feel good. You know, that's not definitive in any way.
Okay, I don't think anything's definitive in any way.
But I'm gonna
Um,
look at it and go,
I,
okay, he
I,
kind of doesn't feel good, which means he kind of does feel good, or he feels all right, kind of. Like, like he chose these specific words for this sentence, and I am assuming that's because of the meaning of the words, not just because you're a lazy typer or you don't know more words.
it's not. That's not how the English language works, though. You can say I don't feel good, and that can mean a multitude of different things. It can mean you have a headache, your stomach hurts, you're nauseous,
Hey, I asked follow-up
your knee
questions.
hurts. That's what I'm saying. I think you deal with definitive things, and you get so hooked to them that you don't like. I think you just need to open your viewpoints for a lot of things.
I don't think we can really discuss this without an example.
Like a specific
Yeah,
debate that we've had.
like let me see if there's a conversation we recently had
Well,
that
the
proves
one
that.
we just had. The one we just had, we were going back and forth, and you were like dealing in definitives, and I had to tweak each scenario because you were picking out specific things from each scenario or example I gave, and I had to tweak and change the
The sentence.
this yeah, like the sentence that I was presenting to you, so that you can see a viewpoint, just so that you can understand that there are different viewpoints for everything. and everyone.
I don't think I was like I don't think I was taking the sentence and twisting it in
But
a weird way though.
you weren't twisting it. But no.
I was
You were
taking it
taking
as it
what I was
is.
saying exactly, and that's what my point is.
Yeah, what's wrong with that?
Nothing is as like you can't take things as is. There are obviously um, deeper layers to everything. Nothing's face value. There's different viewpoints to everything. Everything's interpreted differently. One thing can mean a multitude of different things.
So I'm allowed to have my different way of interpreting.
You are.
Yeah.
I didn't say you aren't. You can do that all you want. I'm just saying. I think that's why you get so invested in these debates, and the conversations in the group chat go far left field because you're taking what people say at face value, and you're not really like
I think that's
seeing
pretty
all
reasonable,
the.
though. Like, instead of me taking what you say and then trying to fill in gaps or trying to figure out how you meant it to be.
You don't have to. It's either it's a conversation you're gonna have or you don't. Is it gonna
So I
change
should
your
just
life?
ignore it.
You don't have to ignore it. It's either you're interested or you're not. Um,
I don't know what you're saying.
like I can go in there and be like, my stomach hurts in the group chat, and then, or Jeremy could go in there and say my stomach hurts in the group chat, right? And you can go in there and say, okay, Jeremy's stomach hurts or whatever. Take it at face value. And then someone else can go in there and be like, oh, why does your stomach hurt? He says, oh, I don't know. I drank something or I drank whatever, right? And it's like, oh, well, what did you drink? And he was like, oh, his stomach only hurts because he drank this. Or it could be something else. Maybe it's not because he drank that. You understand? Like, it's not, things aren't definitive based off what they say.
I mean, yeah, but if I mean, that's just context clues. Like if Jeremy says I drank a lot last night after he says my stomach hurts.
It's just a specific example. It's an example. It's the best example I can think of.
His stomach probably hurts because he drank last night.
It's the best example I give because you're picking specifics.
You know,
I
if
don't know.
If Jeremy said my stomach hurts, and then he goes, "Yeah, I was watching a lot of TV last night," I'm not gonna say, "Oh, Jeremy's stomach hurts because he was watching TV."
How do you know? Maybe he has some type of condition that.
Well, that's not what I would
assume. That whenever he sits on the couch all day, it causes his stomach hurts.
I'm disagreeing with you saying that I take everything definitive, because I'd look at that and go, "Why? Okay, so what about your stomach?" Like,
maybe it's not his stomach though.
I mean, maybe not. Maybe it's an organ.
It could be a psych thing. Maybe whenever he lays on the couch all day, it causes his stomach to hurt. Like it makes him feel like shit, and now his stomach hurts.
I mean, maybe.
That's my point. There's maybes and everything. So, like whenever we have debates or conversations about things, there's different viewpoints for everything. So these maybes are just all different viewpoints that should be considered. It shouldn't be, it's this or it's that. And it shouldn't be it is or it isn't, is what I'm saying.
There's a time and a place for both.
Yeah, like math. 2 + 2 is 4. That is, it is or it isn't. Like,
I mean, there are other things that are like that, though.
Yeah, goldfish is a goldfish. Your name is Cameron.
Yeah.
My shoe is size 11. Like, yes, there are definitives, but most times in conversation, in just daily life, there are not, like, it's not all this, like, just plainly written thing. Yeah.
I don't really know what So I don't really know when I ever do that.
I can't think of a specific time.
Well, I was gonna look through the chat real quick, but I don't.
I didn't know if it was still saved, but the only time I can think of is the fucking conversation we just had about skydiving and PC playing.
Well, I was just taking that specific, like that sentence. If you say that sentence, like, I believe you. Okay. You play games. Yes. You don't play as much as he does. If you say I play a lot of games, I played Solitaire one time. Well, no, you don't play a lot of games. Like, I've played a PC game. It was Solitaire.
And it's, my point is that it's the same. It's the same thing for skydiving.
That if you skydive once or 10,000 times, you skydive, or skydive solo once or 10,000 times, you skydive solo.
Yeah, sure.
Well, that's what I was saying.
I didn't disagree with you. I was saying that it's different, and you said no, it's the same.
That's different, but if you say I've skydived solo, whether it's 1 or 10,000, that sentence is the same. Like,
but it's different.
But you're not saying a number. You're not saying I skydived solo a lot. The guy who did 10,000 times, that's true. The guy who did twice,
and the example you gave, the example this all started with was doing your first skydiving class towards a license and skydiving hundreds of times after you got your license.
Well, no, I think,
and that's where I said
I think if you do your first class and there's not somebody strapped to you, then you've done it solo. You know, if you want to say I've done it solo supervised, or I've done it solo because you did it in that class.
That's not what you said though.
Yeah, if you do it solo, that's what I was saying. If you take the first class, you jump by yourself, even though there's like instructors watching you, you can say I've gone skydiving solo.
But they're different.
They are different, but the sentence is still true.
All right,
so
that's my point. My point is that I didn't say you were. I didn't say the person was lying or telling the truth or whatever.
Saying a second.
I'm saying it's different.
Sentence. Yeah, I don't disagree with that.
And that's where I go back to where you, like, that was the specifics you were picking out right there. I was saying it was different, and then you went on tangents about how they're the same. But then we just both agreed that they're different.
Well, both of those are true. Like,
but they're different. That's my point. You're still pounding on the point that it's the same.
No, I'm saying they are different. Skydiving once solo and skydiving 10,000 times solo. Those are different.
Different.
Yes. But if you say I have gone skydiving,
all right,
whether it's 10,000 times
or
one time, that sentence is true.
I got you.
So for me, I would be fine going to a single class just to like hit my.
I'm not talking about that anymore. That's not what I'm talking about anymore. I'm not talking about the difference between the two. I'm talking about you dealing in specifics. So the specific that you're anchoring onto right now is
accurate. What? Like that's just me trying to speak accurately.
No, the difference that the specific that you're anchoring onto right now is the fucking the true statement. I'm not even talking about whether it's true or not. I'm talking about that there's a difference.
Yeah,
and you keep talking about so then you keep talking about them being both true. I'm not talking about them being true. I don't care if they're true. They could be both lying out their ass.
Well, I agreed with you earlier.
My point is that they're both
more examples. So it seems
you
like
keep
you're
going back
disagreeing with me.
Because now we're not talking about that anymore. We're talking about we've come full circle on
Do you disagree with
both
me
understanding.
that they're the same sentence?
No, but that's not the point that we're talking about.
Well, we agree that they're different. Skydiving once,
Yes,
a
and we
thousand
agree that
miles.
they're the same sentence, and it's a true sentence. We're agreeing on the same things.
Okay.
My point that I'm showing you or trying to show you is that you keep talking about whether or not they're true.
Yeah.
That's the definitive in these conversations that we have that you anchor yourself to.
The
This
truth.
is an example. It's obviously different. There's obviously different examples for different things that we've talked about, whatever. But this is the thing that you're anchoring yourself to, the definitive that you're anchoring yourself to. For,
Well, yeah, I think
but like that's like not even what we're talking about though. Like,
you know, like it doesn't matter what the sentence is if you don't believe it's true, or if the person's lying. Like if Jeremy said, hmm, like if you said, yeah, I drank a bunch in North Carolina, like on vacation, like I was drinking pretty regularly,
okay,
and Jeremy said, I also was drinking pretty regularly at that trip, like a bunch.
okay,
Those are different, even though it's the same exact sentence.
okay. And yeah,
Because Jeremy didn't drink a bunch. Like I didn't drink a bunch. I couldn't say I drank a bunch.
but his regularly could be completely different from my regularly.
Uh, I mean, yes, but I feel like there's a pretty like the common use of the word regularly. It wouldn't be like
What's regular? Is it
for
one a
me.
day, one every hour? You know?
I think they would just have to align somewhat. Like
So where's that aligning point? Is it
if you two were in the
five a
same
day?
place at the same time, and if Jeremy drank half as much as you did, well, you didn't really drink a lot.
But what if I have a higher tolerance than he does, and I can drink more at a faster pace, and it affect me less than he can?
So he didn't drink a lot. He got drunk certainly because he
What if,
has
but what
more
if that's a
tolerance.
regular interval for him? So what if that's a different, like that, just because his pace that he drank at, what if that's a regular pace for him? So then therefore it's considered regular or regularly for him, but it's different for me because my regular is different from his regular, right?
Uh, I mean, yeah, that's more in the gray area,
That's what I'm saying. So that's like the point I'm making, that everything's
but not all
in a
things.
gray area. So you could most things. So you could be like, no, Jeremy, you weren't really drinking regularly. You had 2 drinks that night.
I think if this was a group chat conversation and Jeremy said I drink regularly, I'd say I disagree
I also would disagree. I would
with
say he did
your
not drink regularly.
use of the word regularly.
I would also say the same thing. But because we disagree with it, that doesn't mean that it's like that it's definitively wrong. Like to him, it could 100% be true. That's where the differences come from. That's why he has a differing opinion than what we would have. That's why I'm saying like everything's different. Everyone has a different viewpoint. I don't deal in absolutes. So no, the world does not deal in absolutes. I feel like if I understand that, I feel like I can look at things more freely, and I can understand things a little more better. I can see different viewpoints. That's my whole point with all of this, or where I stand with what all we've been talking about.
I'd say sometimes it is and sometimes it isn't.
Yeah, like math. Like again, this is a gray area. Like, um, I'm not saying everything is a gray area. There are things. Just like I stated earlier, 2 + 2 is 4. Your name's Cameron.
Well, I mean,
I wear a size 11 shoe. Like, there is no gray area to that. Like, there is no like, oh, I wear a
there
size 11
is.
shoe, but I also sometimes maybe wear a size 5.
Well, no, like Nike shoes and I don't know, Adidas. Like Nike, I wear like an 11, but like my cheap Walmart shoes are size 9.
All right. Well, that's another specific example that you just grabbed onto.
No, that's a gray area.
But outside of the gray area, I gave that example along with 3 or 4 other examples, and you chose to grab that example to force.
Well, yeah, I agree with the other ones, and I disagree with that one. But they're
Okay,
still,
so then.
but the
Okay,
but
so then that
both
one,
our
that one,
statements,
that one was just a bad example.
yeah,
But you grabbed that example to specifically debate,
not to debate. I was just
or like
saying.
or like use as a point.
I mean, it doesn't support my argument. I'm just pointing out that's a bad. Like that one should be on the gray side.
Cool. So then it's on the gray side. Like
Yeah.
it doesn't change.
That's not me trying to like win the argument.
It doesn't change like the point that I was trying to get across. If that was a bad example, it was a bad example. But my point is still the same. You grabbed that specific one and derailed what I was saying. I just think the world is.
There are definitely absolutes in the world, though.
There are, and we've. Why do we keep coming back to this? I never said that there wasn't.
Oh, I thought you did earlier.
No. I said there are.
Don't deal in absolutes because I know the world doesn't.
Which it doesn't. There are absolutes, but the world does not deal solely in absolutes. Just like it doesn't solely deal in the gray area.
Yeah. I agree.
So we're agreeing on the same thing, but like we're arguing different viewpoints. Like I don't
I don't really think I'm arguing with you though.
Oh, debating, whatever. I'm not like you get what I'm saying. See, look, that one, that right there, that right there,
like, we're not.
that right there. I said arguing. It could have been changed with whatever word, but you chose to say I'm not arguing with you. We're not even talking about arguing. We're talking about the world dealing in absolutes and gray areas.
Though. You said, and we're
arguing. Okay,
but I don't think we're arguing.
But the perception of arguing,
we're going back, like we're having a conversation about the idea.
Okay, so it could be a conversation. You could view it as a conversation. I view it as an argument.
Well, yeah, it's totally different.
All right, that's my point.
And that matters, though.
So is it definitive? Is it definitive that it's a conversation or an argument?
I think that's something that should be discussed because those two words are so different that it completely changes the context. If you say me and Amber got into a serious argument last night over something, and I go, okay, well that's not good. But if you two were just going back and forth talking about which Scream movie was better,
it could have been serious to me.
So that's something like I would ask questions about that, and then, but that changes things. Like if you two got into a screaming match over something super like serious to the future of your relationship, that's completely different than, we had a petty argument over what movie we like more. So the way you structure the sentence changes.
But it's a perception thing. So
Well,
who's
it
to
changes
say
the way
how
somebody
serious?
would generally, the general rational thinking person would
Because
perceive
your
two
viewpoint is
sentences.
different than the person that is saying it, right?
Yeah, I never disagreed with that.
Yeah, exactly. I, that's my point. And now you're going down a rabbit hole about the whole arguing conversation thing, which goes back to me saying you're choosing these specific things and then going down a rabbit hole. So like, I could back to the whole whether argument, whatever. Yeah, we're it's a conversation. It is a conversation. But I said argument, whatever. I could view an argument as a conversation. You could view a conversation as casual talking. How's the weather? I could view it as peckering back and forth. Us just sitting here on a Sunday playing Xbox while just having a friendly discussion amongst each other. I could view that as a friendly argument. It's a viewpoint.
Yeah.
It pays to be open-minded.
I mean, it does. But how open-minded should you be? Like if you went
I don't know that answer.
if you went and told
At
Amber, first of all, I can't keep having this conversation for much longer. I had to go pick Uncle Tim up. But if you told Amber, like, if every night we played Xbox together and we had a conversation like this every night, and every night you got off and said, me and Cameron had an argument about this,
yeah,
like that language matters. Because if every night you get off and say, me and Cameron had an argument about this, and then next night it's the same, we had an argument about this, and it's something different, but really it was just us talking about an idea every night, that's going to completely change her perception of our relationship.
Yep. So,
So
I'm
the
glad you said
language
perception.
matters. Yeah, the language matters.
It does. It does.
And that's what I try to be specific about it, because
Everyone else though? I agree. It does matter.
Because
I
everybody has
100%.
different viewpoints and different perceptions. So I want to take our two different ones and figure out where do they come together and make sense to both of us. That way we're on the same page as we're talking about something. That way you're not saying 1 + 1 is 2, and I'm taking it as 1 + 1 = 3, and as we get really deep in the conversation, things get really out of hand, and we're talking about two almost completely different things. Instead of starting the conversation by, okay, what do you mean 1 + 1 = 2? Because to me, 1 + 1 = 3. And then we can talk about that, get on the one same page, and move forward from there.
Yes, but then we've had.
So that's how I like to talk to people.
But that's not how you talk. We've been doing this for however long just now, and it's been everything I say. You grab.
Out the 1 + 1 = 2 and 1 + 1 = 3.
No, we haven't.
Yeah,
we've been agreeing with everything. So this has been dragged out because we've been agreeing. We have the same understanding and viewpoint on everything. But you're taking something specific out of everything I say, and it goes into something. It turns into a completely different conversation. It turns into a completely different tangent, and then we get so deep because you take something specific.
Yeah,
out of everything I say,
we don't like that one specific.
And now
thing.
we started on, like, we started way on level 10, and now we're on -45.
First of all, half of that is just being ADD.
Yes.
But I pick a specific thing out because that's what I don't agree with.
of everything I say though. And then the conversation starts with talking about cars, and now we're arguing the difference of a bird. You understand? Like the conversations transform so much without having the initial topic discussed and like understood, because you take this specifically, like, oh, you said argue, but I think it's a conversation, or oh, you said whatever, but I think it's actually like this, and it has nothing to do with the original topic. And
That's like
now we're 15 floors deep.
I'd say that's pretty natural though. Like that's like imagine going to work on the Mustang and you're like, fuck, I can't see what's going on there. I can't see shit. So you go get your flashlight. The flashlight doesn't have batteries. So now you're going to the store to buy batteries for the flashlight so the flashlight works so you can see, so you can work on the car, so you can sell this car because you want money to invest in a thing. Like you're supposed to be investing money, but now you're spending money on batteries. Like yeah, you're going off topic, but it's in pursuit of something. Now you're running around going to all these different stores trying to find the batteries you need, and your whole day is turned into something completely different than what you meant. But once you get the batteries and you can use the flashlight to fix the Mustang, now you can sell the Mustang. Now you can do what you wanted, which is use that money to invest in real estate back home.
Okay.
So it's not like I don't think I'm not derailing the conversations.
I'm not saying you're derailing the conversation either. I'm just
They're
saying like
going deeper.
it's the viewpoint thing.
They're going
It's the
deeper to
perception and the
improve the
viewpoint thing.
understanding of what you're
I
saying.
think you just need to widen your perception of things and understand like, yeah, he may have said this, but do I need to argue that it's not this and my viewpoint is different from his viewpoint, or so on and so forth?
Well, I understand it's different. I want to understand your thinking though. So I'm going to ask you questions to try and understand. Not to try and convince you not to do it, but to understand.
I don't know. Come on, ice cream.